Interesting to speak.
From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, beautiful people? Good morning, good morning, good morning. On this Thursday morning, that's kickoffs to Nutrition with Coach Catherine. The nutritionist is Coach Catherine from France. We'll be doing this twice a month. So this is going to be kicking off the second one that we've actually done. Did it a couple of weeks ago as well. So welcoming Catherine back to the platform as well. So good stuff there, man. We'll be doing this twice a month. I thought it was very important to do this because of the condition and that I'm in. Better gut, maximizing your nutrition, all that good stuff. So we'll be talking about that this morning. And let's welcome Catherine in real quick. Good morning. Good morning. Well, good morning.
Mine is good afternoon. Good morning to you guys. Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for having me.
All good, all good, all good, all good. So yeah, man, I had some great reviews on the last podcast we did. So you and I decided to do this twice a month, which is very important, very important. So it's good stuff there, man. Real good stuff there. Real good stuff. Catherine is actually a nutritionist coach from France, where she's actually now. So we're coming virtually live from New Orleans and France. Good stuff. Welcome your guests in. I know everybody's watching from France on your end. So
yeah, for everyone who is watching me from France and those who's watching from Africa and everywhere in the world, welcome.
Good stuff.
And we are great to have you here. And I would like to know much about you and can do the best we can to bring you best information, the one that can help you guys. And don't hesitate to ask questions. And also, you can propose some topics if you really want any topic to be tackled. We are here for long life.
Absolutely. As I said in the opening of the podcast, we'll be doing this twice a month with Catherine, the nutritionist coach. I've been knowing Catherine for about 10 years or so. Real good friend of mine, and it's always been a lovely experience with her as far as coaching me on my health and whatnot. So, telling me, what things are right to eat, what's good for you, and even in this condition. So, good stuff. I'll always appreciate you, Catherine. So good stuff. So if you can get started, maximizing your nutrition. Why did you come up with that topic?
Sorry?
How did you come up with that topic, maximizing your nutrition?
I think it's just because most of the times when we are looking to eat healthy, we look at things that maybe they are not available for us, and there is a lot of noise outside there. Mm-hmm. Like eat this, you get this, you must eat this. There are a lot of people who say you must eat this, and sometimes you feel like you're missing out when you're not eating those must-have things. And maximizing nutrition, actually, for me, it's just some things that you have in your house, things that your grandmothers were doing, and today you're not doing them, perhaps, and maybe something that has come up with the research. It's like, how can you maximize what you already have and have nutrition without going overboard? I'm not saying that you don't need to go eating goji berries and whatever things that they are being proposed outside there. But what can you do in your kitchen if that's only that what is available for you, or even just to use that food and maximize the nutrition without, going for the expensive things.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What are some things that I have in the kitchen now that I can use, say, to maximize my nutrition?
Okay, tell me, what do you have in your kitchen? Do you have carrots?
I'm sorry?
Do you have carrots?
Wait, I'm sorry, repeat that.
Yeah, what vegetables do you have in the kitchen?
I have like bananas, tons of fruit,
Okay, good.
strawberries,
Yeah.
pineapples, mangoes, um, anything fruit. I
Okay.
love spinach. I love baby
Okay.
spinach. I like to
Okay.
saute it. I like to saute the spinach and whatnot. I love mushrooms as well, as I'm
Okay.
drinking the mushroom coffee here.
Okay. Okay. But do you like eating mushrooms, like whole mushrooms, or you just like them
No,
in
I
the tea?
love I love mushrooms. I could have it sauteed. I could have it raw. I just love mushrooms.
You eat them raw as well.
Yes, man.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, we are going to have some few points that I have noted down. So we are going to go step by step and see what
Okay.
you guys can improve, right?
Sounds good.
So if I get, I have a lot, so I have to read a little bit, even if I already have them. I've noted them. But so looking at the food as a nutrient, a source of food instead of in the like we talk much of eating calories instead of eating nutrients, right?
Mhm.
So when we talk about nutrient dense food, it's like if I take the whole rice and I take the white rice, I'm not having the same nutrients when I'm eating that rice, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the white rice has no nutrients, though it has calories that is going to give into my body, right? I'm going to have energy from eating the white rice, but I'm not going to have the nutrients that I will get if I ate the whole rice. And then I'm talking about grains, for example, be it bread, wheat, oats, corn,
Mhm.
everything that has been processed and has lost its nutrients, much of the nutrients than the whole food. So we are talking about eating nutrient dense food
Mhm.
that versus eating calories.
So wait a minute. So
Yeah,
you're talking about rice, right? I
yeah,
actually the only rice I eat is brown rice.
okay.
Am I doing that wrong? I'm thinking I was winning with that.
No, the brown rice is okay,
Okay.
but the white rice is not okay.
I don't do white rice at all.
Okay, but let's say we are talking globally to people who are also eating white rice, and maybe they're just saying, and especially I haven't found that in France, but I found in America they have the processed rice, and then it's added some nutrients in it, like vitamins, the ones that
Right.
have been removed. The problem here is like if you wash that rice, because most people like, okay, I don't know where this food came from. Let me just wash it. I mean, I want to rinse it out. But
Uh,
if you rinse that, you lose the nutrients that were added back.
really?
Yeah. So it's
Wow.
like like here we have things and we were like this is something that maybe we should come back in another episode. It's like
Uh,
a lot of rice has a lot of metal because of the
right.
soil where it's growing up.
Right.
And the technique to remove that metal would to parboil. First, you boil for about 5 minutes.
Hmm.
Then you pour the water because the water takes the metal away, and then you put back the rice to cook with new water. And
So
now when you
let
do
me
that,
get this
sorry, when
correct.
you do that,
Go
sorry,
ahead. Go ahead. I'm
when you
sorry.
do that with the white rice, you drain every nutrients that have been added back.
Wow.
But for the whole rice, because it hasn't been processed, the nutrients are inside.
Right. So let me get this right. Let me get this right. So you're saying
Yeah,
if I wash my rice, I'm
yeah,
washing away the nutrients.
yeah. The white
Learn
rice,
something new every day, man. Wow.
the
I never
white
knew that.
rice. I'm
And
talking
and
about the
for
white rice.
you talking about the white rice.
Yeah,
Okay, got you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And so that goes with the verses like things like white bread and eating a whole bread. It's not the same thing. The
Uh,
white bread has no nutrients. It's actually today considered just like any like table sugar. Like eating white bread is just like taking Coke or just taking sugar and adding it in your tea because
right.
it has some nutrients, but it doesn't have that much nutrients, and that's why we have this pandemic, I would say, of obesity because we're eating too much food that is not giving us nutrients, but it's giving us a lot of calories.
Okay.
So what can you do in your house? It's trying to get the best of the nutrients, food that can give you nutrients versus the food that are giving you high calories. I'm not saying that brown rice or brown bread doesn't have high calories, but it has calories and nutrients, right?
So let me ask you something. So is that good or bad?
When you're, imagine a baby is born today, right?
Uh-huh.
The baby is supposed to eat so that it can grow. We are here because we were fed. And
Right.
if you're not fed good nutrition, we are not going to grow up properly. So for a baby who is born today and all they're eating white bread, white rice, and every other junk food that's out there, even if it's sometimes people just consider, it's not growing the baby the way the baby is supposed to grow. And for us as adults, as we are eating those foods, we are feeding ourselves.
Gotcha.
And that's why if you look at like for someone who is on plant-based and someone who is eating the sad American diet, you'll find the difference because you see the skin of the vegans, or not the vegans, the plant-based, the ones who are eating whole plant-based, not processed, because even the plant-based and vegans, they are processed food. But the person who is eating whole food is eating nutrients.
Okay, look, I'm going to sound a little ignorant here for a second.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between plant-based and vegan? Because I noticed you were.
Because vegan is something that is ethical. Like I don't want anything that the animal is used on it. I don't want even animals being tested for now medication, for example. I don't want animals to. I would like animals to be treated like right?
Gotcha.
So I will not wear shoes made from animals or they take animals like a whole integration. So I don't want anything done to the animals. While plant-based doesn't say they will not wear their leather shoes. You get
right.
So the plant-based is they are eating plants just like vegans. It's only that there is no ethical thing behind it.
Okay. Gotcha.
But then once again, the difference between eating whole food and just eating vegan is you can eat, and even being plant-based, it's like you can eat plant-based that is processed. Like when you're eating white flour, it's not the same thing as whole plant-based that is only eating whole grains, for example, instead of having flours. You get it?
Gotcha.
Good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we try to minimize food that has been processed, and we eat whole food. The other point would be buying fresh food and meat from different sources. What do I mean? For me, for example, I go to different markets where I'm getting different farmers from different regions.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Okay, I have time. If you don't have time, try to do that in different, maybe each month you buy food from different places, because most food that we have, they are growing from soil that is depleted of nutrients.
Right.
The plants, we are what we are eating. And so plants is also what it is because of what it's eating. So if the soil doesn't have nutrients, the food we are going to get won't have nutrients.
Okay.
So we can be consuming whole food, but they don't have the adequate nutrition because the soil is poor. So trying to buying food from different places or different states, like in America, or maybe if you're in other countries or in other continents, trying to mix up where that food is coming from. The climate really matters. If the climate is poor, the food is not going to be rich in nutrients.
Right.
So I found like you can go to a farmer's market and you find that the carrots here, they're not tasting sweeter as the carrots from another farm.
Okay.
Yeah. And and also like we have this thing of buying food from greenhouses versus buying food that has been grown on in open air. Okay, food once again gets the energy from the sun to create the nutrients. So if you're always eating food that coming from greenhouses, then you understand they are lacking some nutrients.
Right.
And especially if also the farmers are not rotating their plants. Like back then, I remember like me when I grew up in the farm, we'll have maize here and we have potatoes there, and the next time we're gonna exchange because these plants play differently in the soil.
Now this is in your home country, correct?
Yeah, that's back in my home country. If there are people who do that, maybe enough in even in America, who like you are growing, especially small farmers. Because if you just buy maize from a corn farm, they're just growing corn all the year, a decade after they still selling, buy and planting that. But from the small farmers, they can rotate, and rotating plants really makes the soil become rich.
Exactly.
So
Let's touch on the rice thing again. What you were saying
yeah,
about when you wash the rice, you're
yeah.
washing away the nutrients. Can you explain it to the audience just in case those folks didn't hear us coming in?
I explain that once again.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
newcomers that did, for the new folks that just logging on.
Okay. What we were saying is, and here we're talking about the white rice, the one that has been processed. The white rice has been already been removed the outer part that protects it. So in America, they add back nutrients. The industry adds back nutrients, and when you clean then the rice before cooking it, those nutrients goes into the water, and then you're draining them.
Right.
So I think mostly if you look at the white packaged rice in America, it's written "don't rinse."
Wow.
It should be written that way. But here I was talking about if you wanted, because rice is known to have metals because of where it's being grown, even if it's organic. I'm not saying all organic rice is that way, because here is the case. Growing food organically means we are not putting pesticides, right? But that doesn't mean that the soil doesn't have chemicals. If, for example, the rice is growing, it's grown in places where it was industrial, and some metal can stick into the soil for decades. So if today I decide to go and grow my food and I say this is organic because I'm not putting pesticide on it, that doesn't mean the soil doesn't have the chemicals that have been there for ages, and so we are going still to have that thing.
Right.
I'm not saying this is everywhere with organic. I'm just saying we have to be aware. Like organic doesn't necessarily mean organically it doesn't have metals or it doesn't have pesticides. And to some point, I understand some countries where they can allow some kind of pesticides, a little amount of it. Mm-hmm. And also, we also have to consider, like, if I am a farmer here and I have a big farmer here, and this one is spraying and I am organic, the weed doesn't have boundaries. So the weed will still come to my crops.
Right.
I am labeled organic, but I'm getting pesticide from other people who are doing it. And let's look at for example, I'm getting out of the subject maybe, but when we look like Rauda, for example, we get that Americans, they spray a lot, and its psychosis goes to the rain, and then it's raining on everyone. So whether you're organic or not, you're getting that rain that has already contaminations. So going back to the rice thing is it has metals like lead, and so you can remove that by cleaning, by parboiling, like you boil the rice for 5 minutes, then you drain it, then you put it back into the whatever you're cooking in, and add hot water, not cold water, because there's going to be thermal stuff and it's not going to work. You add water and you cook it. The fast boiling water takes the metal away. So here we are.
That's very important. Repeat what you just said.
The fast water, the one you boil fast and you throw away, it removes the metal. But it also goes with the nutrients.
Gotcha.
That's why it would be advisable. I would advise people to eat whole rice, the brown rice, because it's still in its protection. So the nutrients are not being washed out. I'm not saying that you're going to eat 100% whole rice. It also loses nutrients when it's being cooked, but not as much as when it is already processed. Because the fact that food is processed has lost the weight, the food nutrients.
In your professional opinion, where would one buy whole rice from? Well, like what type of market? Like a farmer's market?
No, grocery shops.
Not processed.
Grocery shops you can get. The thing is, we are our own victims, because the industry, even if it's really imposes us, it also brings us what we are looking for. If the whole place, no one is looking for brown rice, swear, why would I go selling it? There is demand, and there is, what do we call this? You provide because there is demand. So if there is no demand, people are not going to wait. I mostly buy my products from organic shops. Not everything, because they come with a price tag. But there are some things that I buy from organic, and so for the rice, I'll go for organic. And actually, as we just buy the amount you need, you don't have to buy the whole packet. You just get the amount you need. If you want to eat rice, if you only eat rice once in a week, you just get a cup or two, and that's it.
And here's the difference, right? Between the States and European markets and all that stuff, and Africa and different places.
Yeah.
As you know, because you've been to the States before, you guys' markets are totally different from the markets here.
Yeah.
Totally different. Sure. If I had it my way, I prefer you guys' market. You know what I mean?
It's much more protected than the way American market is protected.
Exactly. Okay, you want to go
down? So I was talking about food. We go to the other point is food preparations, like the way we are preparing our foods. Preparation, I would say cutting, cooking, and storing, right?
Right.
So let me start with, you buy your green vegetables, you bring them, you stick them on your counter. They are losing their nutrients, because once you cut the vegetables, they start losing their nutrients. Mm-hmm. Now, the best thing would be, what I normally do is I buy my grocery. I buy food that I can only eat within the week. And if I can, I'll wrap my vegetables with cloths. I mean, the kitchen cloths.
Okay.
And I wet the kitchen cloth, and I put my greens, and I'll wrap them and I put them in the fridge.
So what is that? When you say cloth, explain that.
Towels.
Okay.
The towels. Like you see the napkins.
I'm sorry.
You see the napkins, the ones we use in the kitchen, not the papers, but you can buy just like a normal towel. You can buy to make that for your fridge.
So when you wrap it, what do you store it? What do you store in the refrigerator?
I put it in the fridge, yeah.
Okay, all right.
And it spoils less faster than the others, even if I leave them in the fridge. Like if I buy, you like spinach, for example. If you buy spinach, you put it in a paper and you put it in the fridge, it's still going to spoil faster than when you put it in the cloth and close it.
Wow.
And I wet the clothes fast, so that it's like wet a little. It keeps the humidity, and you keep in the fridge.
So let me get this right. So what you're saying is, so when I send Brandy out to get my spinach this month,
take
it out of the container,
Yeah.
I guess rinse it.
Okay, if you buy it in a container, that's okay. But for me, for example, if I go to the market, I'm choosing what I'm buying. I'm just going to buy and put it in the paper.
Right.
But if you're in the grocery and it's already prepackaged, packed, so that's okay. You keep it there, no problem.
So no, but I'm gonna try it though. I want to try that.
Yeah.
I want to try this.
Yeah.
So you're saying place it in a towel,
Yeah.
place some water.
But don't no. In this case, you don't remove it from the package because it's already packed.
I got
Okay.
you. Okay.
But there is something that I would like to mention about packaging. I didn't have that in mind, but there are people who buy packaged food and they come and they put it in the casserole, or you just take it and you put it in the blender. You start blending them. Don't trust industry, man. These things, they have some worms inside. You have to clean your food. You have to clean your vegetables, right? You buy fresh salad, it's packed, good. They didn't tell you don't clean it. It was cleaned there. They put what they had put inside. But please, when you get into your house, open that bag and clean that thing.
Right.
There are some people who get worms and they're just saying, oh, eating raw food is not good. It's not the raw food. You bought something, you don't know who prepared it. We are trusting a lot of people here. Trust yourself, clean your own food.
Exactly. So explain again, how do you do your shopping? So let's say you're going out to the market, right?
Yeah.
Are you purchasing food for the week or the month, or how do you?
I do it for a week. For me, I do it all because I'm for the blog, so I have to keep on cooking, testing food, and all that. We are three in the house. I have time. I know not everyone has time for that. So if you don't have time, you go to the market and you buy the stuff that you want. Keep it in the fridge. What is supposed to be kept in the fridge. The problem here also, it's like you buy tomatoes and you keep in the fridge. The tomatoes are not supposed to be kept in the fridge because they're supposed to ripen up on your shelf.
Right.
So everything doesn't go into the fridge. But here, once again, I was talking about the preparation. It's like sometimes people will come, you want to have an easy life. Stop going on the social media. Take time to prepare your food. Sometimes people like meal preps. Preparing meals is not bad, but when you chop food and then you put it in the fridge, it's losing the nutrients. Okay. Yes, it's facilitating your time, but it's losing the nutrients. Some people will press their fruits and vegetable juices. They keep it for a week. Each day, it's losing the nutrients.
Wow.
The smoothies, all those things, if they are not cooked, they are continuing to lose the nutrients.
Wait a minute. So this is important. Hold on a second. Not to cut you off, but so you're saying the smoothie?
Yeah.
So I have my smoothies made, right?
Yeah.
So, and I store it after I had it made.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Am I doing this wrong?
What you're doing is wrong because you took a fruit that was covered with the skin, right?
Yeah. You
chop it out, you open it to the air. Oxygen oxidizes. So the fruit starts getting oxidized. So if you put that into the blender and you don't drink it, you put it in the fridge for 1 or 3 days after, it's losing. And actually, if you do that, you realize the smoothie you did the first day doesn't taste the same as the smoothie 3 days after. It doesn't have the same color neither.
Right. So you're telling me right now, Trent, stop storing smoothie.
Juices neither. Don't chop your vegetables and you keep them out. Even like these things we do for the kids, like every parent is preparing bananas and that.
So this is the ginger and lemon juice right here. So you're saying, so should I juice these
every day if possible? Yeah.
As I drink them?
Yeah.
I've been doing this wrong.
We are talking about maximizing nutrients. Okay. It's the topic of the maximizing nutrients. Otherwise, you can still drink your juice 2-3 days after, but it doesn't have the potent nutrition at
so it's best for me to juice it. As soon as I juice it, I gotta drink it.
Yeah.
You got me feeling like an idiot.
No. That's not my goal here. No.
I know. No, I'm talking about me. So I've been smoothies made and I've been Brandy does she does the ginger juice, I would have her
Yeah.
put it in two. She'd do me 2 gallons every Monday.
Okay.
So this has been
Wow.
wrong the entire time.
Okay. No deal. No deal. But you're still having some nutrients, but
Yeah,
not
but I want all
as
nutrients. So
yeah. Well,
yeah,
if
I
you
get
have time, and especially for people who are really recovering, people who
right.
really have the disease, the cancer disease, and who are suffering from inflammation, who have had operations, and someone who has your case, for example, we really need those nutrients to come and help us. So we
Right.
don't want to lose any bit of it.
Gotcha.
So let's everyone understand, like, okay, I'm talking here, I'm not talking to general person, everyone. You can do whatever you want, what if it's convenient for you. But if you're really looking for having maximum nutrients, you have to consume your food immediately when they are cut, chopped, and pressed up. Now, if you
You hear
cook the
that,
food,
folks?
there's no problem. Yeah.
Exactly. You hear that,
So,
folks? She's saying whatever you do, whether you're juicing, whatever you're doing, you have to consume it.
yeah,
To maximize your nutrients, you have to consume it. So yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
start that because I've been doing this all wrong. I've been doing this all wrong.
Okay. The other point will be peeling and not peeling. I get people like, I can't eat a cucumber without peeling it. I
Hmm.
can't eat carrots without peeling it. I grew up in a place where it could take hours peeling potatoes, for cooking.
Right.
In my house, I don't peel potatoes anymore. And that's one thing that really facilitated my cooking, because sometimes people will say, I don't want to cook. It's not because they don't like cooking, it's just the work that comes with chopping and cutting
Right.
and peeling everything. Don't peel your vegetables if, let's say, whenever it's possible, and if you're not making mashed potatoes, for example, if you're
Okay.
making mashed potatoes, boil your potatoes with your skin and then you peel the skin after. Why? The skin protects the nutrients from leaching out to the water.
Ah,
You get it?
got it.
Then when we're talking about things that you can, and if you buy some potatoes, you can, my kids, they eat skin, the potato with the skin.
Hmm.
Because once again, the plant gets the energy from the sun and the soil. What is most close to those two things? The skin. Just like you get darker, you get brighter, depending where you are because of the sun, right? So
Right.
the tubers will have more nutrients next to the skin because that's what is next to the soil. The
Gotcha.
fruits and the vegetables which are on the on out of the surface, they are getting the sun directly, and so they have more energy and food next to the skin.
Okay. One more question. One more question. You are my nutritionist coach, so if I have Brandy, well, actually I do. I have her peeling my ginger, my ginger root.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
don't have her do that no more, right?
I don't peel my ginger.
You
You
don't.
just wash it, you scrub it. You can buy a little brush if it has a lot of soil, and just do it. And especially, it's not like you're eating it, you're also pressing it or blending it. So the machine is doing all that kind of thing. You don't have to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, don't have
So no
to.
peeling. No peeling at all.
No peeling. No peeling. And so peeling is losing nutrients. I understand there are food
Brandy,
that
Brandy, no peeling. No peeling at all.
no peeling.
Gotcha.
Good. So you preserve more nutrients when you're doing that. If you're cooking, once again, I repeat, if you're cooking food and you have to mash the potatoes or the sweet potatoes, cook them fast with the skin and then you remove the
Then
skin
peel.
after.
Cook first,
Yeah,
then peel.
yeah,
Gotcha. Good stuff.
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about gut health. The benefits of gut.
Um, it's a big subject, and I'll just try to concentrate a little bit, and then maybe one day we can bring this to light.
I got you.
Gut health today in the science is the fundamental of our health. Meaning, if you have a good gut, you're healthy. If you have a bad gut, you don't have good health. And what makes the gut healthy? The bugs inside, these we call the microbiome. And for those who would like to know more about it, you can go to my website, and you have articles, and you have microbiome, microbiome. These bugs, they really are the ones that promote health. They also communicate with the brain. They have metabolic things that communicates with the brain. So feeding the gut bugs, that gut microbiome, is very essential. The science today knows and says that the gut fits the food that promotes good gut is the plant-based diet. I'm not saying you don't eat meat or anything else, but you have to eat a lot of vegetables, plants, because the fiber is the one that is nourishing the gut microbiome.
Right.
There are two types of microbiome, but it's not like I try not to say the good and the bad gut. We say there are some positive bacteria. And when I say bacteria, there are some viruses inside there. It's a group of bacteria, yeast, viruses. We say they're microbiome. And you have these ones that are not promoting health. So you want to eat food that is going to promote the positive one than the negative one.
Right.
These bugs, they're just like people in maybe not quite like people. I'll say they're more like animals, because people, we have tendencies of not really knowing how to live together in an ecosystem. And they live in an ecosystem. So when you have positive microbiome, it will take care of the negative one, like it calms them down, it's going to suppress them. Okay. So depending on the food that you're eating, if you eat food that is rich in vegetables, and you're going to promote the good bacteria, they're positive. If you're eating junk food, you're going to promote the negative bacteria. So you really have to know what you're eating.
I never knew, again, I never knew that there was such a thing called good bacteria. So yeah, this is real good stuff.
And you know that, especially after the COVID, no, not after, because I think there's still people who are suffering from the COVID. The other day I met a lady who told me, 3 weeks ago I got a COVID. I was like, 3 weeks ago you got COVID. I thought it was eradicated. It's still there for some people. I never got it, luckily.
Same here.
The thing is, with the COVID, people got this habit of cleaning their hands all the time, sanitizing their hands all the time. We forget that these are chemicals that we are putting on ourselves.
Absolutely.
And it can also affect the way we are interfering with the world. The more you protect yourself, the more you're cleaning yourself, the more you want to protect, mask yourself, the fragile you get to the nature. Exactly. So I'm not saying if you're really sick, you have cancer and you have other diseases, and you need to have those protections, you need them. But please don't go sanitizing your hands all the time. I'm not saying you don't clean your hands. If you're going outside, you're meeting people, clean your hands. If you go to the nature, what is cleaner than the nature? You don't have to clean your hands, You don't have to. Pick up things from the trees and eat them, play with get the soil, pick up the leaves, smell the flowers and all those things. They're going to help you have more gut microbiome. The gut microbiome doesn't only come with the food, it comes with what we are breathing. So when you go to the nature, you're breathing new microbiome. And you know what, Trent?
What's that?
The person you sit next to, most of the time, you exchange the gut microbiome.
Really?
Yeah. So if you have someone who has tendencies of being happy all the time, you're going to be happy. Now you know what happens when someone is always yelling. You're also going to start yelling.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they interact. Yeah.
That was actually one of actually having this topic today, and you speaking about organic, food and gardening, all that stuff, brought me back to a time when my mother I had cancer. I think. Do you remember that? You remember? I was, my mother had cancer,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I started the organic garden and
yeah.
whatnot. And some of the best years of her life was when I started making the food, growing the food for her.
Uh-huh.
So she beat cancer. She beat that cancer and whatnot, and
Beautiful.
it sustained her, for many years until she passed. But yeah, she didn't pass from cancer at all. But I started growing. Well, you know that
Yeah, you know that.
gardening, whatnot. Started doing that organic gardening. No pesticides, no nothing. Everything
Yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah,
And please, people, for those who are listening and those who are going to listen off the offline here, please don't believe everyone who's telling you. I get it from here, like organic or not organic, it's all the same. Guys,
right.
it's not all the same. And here is something that is growing organic, it doesn't have pesticide. So it's not getting protection from the insects, from anything that is attacking it. Do you know what you become when you have something that is like now? Do you think you are stronger than you were when before the accident?
Now I
Not
am. Yeah.
not physically, but mentally and all that goes with it. Do you think you're much stronger
I think I'm now. I think I'm more mentally stronger and mentally stable
than
now
before?
in this
Yeah,
condition than before.
yeah. You know
Yeah.
why?
Why?
Because whatever beat you up made you become stronger to resist, to survive. So the
Repeat that.
plants that
I
are
love that. Repeat that. What'd you say?
whatever beat you up, it made you become stronger so
Got it.
that you can survive. So you had to adapt yourself. The plants do the same thing. They
Okay.
don't have these chemicals protecting the insects from them. So they have to become stronger. And that's why organic food and wild growing food, they have more nutrients and they have more antioxidants.
I love this.
The anti-nutrients that we call like where we can't eat this because they have anti-nutrients, that's what the plant has because it's protecting itself. The
Right.
one that has pesticide and grown maybe in the greenhouse, it doesn't have to do anything. Well, you'll say, but it only has time to grow. But fine, the more you fight, the more you become stronger, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more
So
time for the people, because that's a beautiful quote, by the way. You should actually publish that. The thing that beats you up make you stronger. That's what you said?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The things that
The
beat
thing
you up
that
makes you
beats you
stronger,
up make you
makes
stronger.
you more stronger. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
So having organic food, it's not just for the label. It's knowing that that plant has been out there trying to survive, and you're getting those nutrients that it has accumulated, and it's good for your health more than the one that is chemically produced.
Right, right, right. I
Yeah,
have a friend.
yeah,
We'll like make it a little light just for another 5 minutes here. Then we'll
yeah.
close out at in 15
Okay,
minutes maybe. We go as
okay,
long as you want to, though, it's fine. But I have a friend named Michael Brown, right? One of my
okay,
best friends. And
okay.
he's always calling me, giving me, flack about what I'm eating, right?
Mm,
Mind you, I'm way healthier than him. So
really?
he's always giving me trouble. So I had on my birthday, I had some Cuban food, right?
Yeah,
And there was a lot of carbs and whatnot,
yeah,
but I don't eat like that all the time.
for sure.
So he'll screenshot the picture for me and send it and talking about, oh, this is too much carbs. I'm like, you're obese, buddy. Leave me alone. So so
Yeah.
so I just want up you, Michael. I got my nutritious coach, who I've known for over 10 years, who's talking about the correct nutrients. So stop calling me with the foolishness. Oh, you can't eat that. You can't eat that. I have a professional here, man.
Just to add on that, and it's not to put oil on the fire that is already burning there. Um, you have the right to let yourself wander.
One more
If you
time.
still,
One more time for Michael Brown from the nutritionist coach, Catherine. One more time.
you have the right to wander in whatever you want to eat. That's not what is going to kill you. The only problem comes is when it becomes something that you're eating regularly. So
Exactly.
I'm not going to eat McDonald's. I don't like them. I'm not
So
going
from
to eat
time to time,
croissants.
so from time to time, carbs are okay, right? From
Yeah,
time.
you can eat anything that you feel like. Okay, if I go to a meeting today, I just ate from my friend's house because I didn't have any means to come to my house before time, and she
Right.
cooked white rice. I mean, I don't eat white rice, for example.
Right.
And she asked me, "Do I cook something?" And what do you mind? I said, "Cook anything that you cook normally. Don't cook for me." And I went there and I enjoyed the rice. And I was fasting in the morning. And when you're fasting, the first thing you want to eat something that is healthy, not white rice.
Right.
But I was like, I'm not going to eat this in the evening. I'm not going to eat maybe in a week. You get? So learning to adjust yourself, not becoming too strict with the food,
Right.
but adapting yourself so that, because we are social human beings and we need to have that social life with people. So if I come to your house and you're eating meat and that's all I have, I'm not going to starve myself. I'm not vegan. But for a vegan,
Honestly,
that was not the case.
to be honest with you,
Yeah.
after consulting with you, even after this the incident, even before we talked about some good things to eat, but after the incident and speaking with you, I feel so much better. Like, honestly, I'm more healthier now than I was before.
Because you never cared before. Now you care what you put in your mind. You're caring about what you're going to eat. You have, you have a goal. Like, I really want to be this way. I know I can be stronger, and I can, and I'm very sure you'll walk again better.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have put that in the mind, and because you're going to do everything for you to recover.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what you put in your mind, your body will do it. Okay? The other day, my daughter told me, I really don't want to grow old. I don't want to have wrinkles and all that. So I explained to her, okay, you have to do this, you eat like this, you do sports and all that. 2 days later, she came, she was like, I'm feeling like I'm missing out. I need some sweets. Like, you fell on the wrong house. I don't buy sweets here.
Don't buy sweets. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that you drinking baba this morning?
No, today I'm drinking green tea.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like changing, and I'll tell you this live. I'm sorry. Don't stick to the mushrooms all the time. You need to change with something else. Like what you need, once again, maximizing nutrients and nutrient dense. So if you're just taking mushrooms all the time, they have their own benefits, but maybe you're missing out with other things that you can combine. Like you drink mushrooms today, or maybe this week you're drinking mushrooms. Maybe next week you can take a smoothie with blueberries. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What we are talking today, the science has proved like having varieties of food is essential. There are some people, and even doctors, they stick with the same food their mothers was cooking when they were young. You need to feed, and talked about again, you brought the subject, the gut health. This microbiome, there are trillions, and they don't all feed the same food.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just, if you're eating...
That reminds me, I have to make a note to myself to actually, so we can take care of that. How do you pronounce it again? The baba?
The baobab? Yeah, the baobab. Yeah. The baobab. Yeah. So
go ahead.
Yeah. So try to make your breakfast, don't stick to the same breakfast all the time. Mix up your breakfast, mix up your food. Please, people, eat varieties of food, because these microbiomes need different foods. The problem is when you feed only one type of microbiome, like one family, then you're not having the others giving you their own benefits, right? So we need to balance everything.
Balance it. Yeah, I got you.
Balance everything. Eat varieties of food, and it's not that much. Even spices, they are considered as food. So sometimes there was that time when people used to bring minimalists. Like, I don't want a recipe that is more than 10 ingredients. No, today you need to go beyond that. You pull up. Try to add more food into your diet, because you're going to cultivate more Okay, the microbiome, these microbiomes, they don't completely die unless you're taking antibiotics, that you're killing them. But there are some that remain there dormant because they don't have food to eat. And so if you give the variety of food, they're going to have those small nutrients. And there is one thing here we also need to understand. In the microbiome, there are those who eat the fiber, and then they have the metabolites. And there are some birds who are waiting for these ones so that they can have their own food.
Yeah.
Okay? So that comes to the point where you don't eat all the time. The more you eat, these ones are not fitting because these are always working.
I get it.
Okay? Yeah.
I get it. I get it. This is some good stuff, man. I'm so excited that we decided to do this twice a month.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important for us to actually get on
Okay.
the right path, I should say, the correct path to better health. You increase everything with better health.
Okay.
Better health.
Can I just make 2 points if you have time?
Go ahead.
Would you
Yeah,
mind?
go ahead.
Okay, I'll go for the food absorption. Okay, there is, if you want to maximize some nutrients, like I suffer from anemia, not like I feel like, but I've been told I'm anemic, and most of Black people, we are told that we have a problem with anemia. And the question is whether we are eating well or is it a hereditary something? And for those who have anemia, for example, or those who really want to have their iron absorption, you need to eat iron food with some citrus or some lemon, something that has vitamin C.
Right.
Vitamin C helps the absorption of the iron in the food.
Right.
Vitamin A, like when you eat carrots, cooked carrots have more vitamin A that's more bioavailable than raw carrots. And if those carrots with some fat, like nuts or olive oil or some coconut oil in it, because vitamin A is fat soluble, so it needs fat to get absorbed.
Right.
When we eat tomatoes, everyone wants to eat tomatoes, especially summertime. Tomatoes have a chemical that is really anti-cancer, lycopene, and it is activated when it's cooked. So cooked tomatoes will be much healthier if you're looking to have lycopene and you want to have that cancer-fighting
So wait a minute.
properties. Sorry?
You're saying cooked tomato is
Yeah,
better
it's
than...
much better.
Oh.
Yeah, it's much better than raw tomato. Those who like garlic, sorry?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Those who like garlic, it's better you prepare your garlic 10 minutes before you consume it because it has a chemical, and that chemical is only enhanced when the garlic has been pressed or cut, chopped, 10 minutes, you leave it in the air, and the chemical comes up. And now, even if you cook it, the chemical is still it's still good than when you just chop it and you put it in the cooking, in the food.
Wait a minute. Now, let me get this clear. So you're saying that once you cut the garlic up, consume it within 10 minutes? That's what you said, 10 minutes?
You leave it in an open air for 10 minutes.
Repeat that.
When you chop garlic, you open the garlic, you chop it or you grate it, however you prepare it, you leave it for 10 minutes. It has a chemical that really produces it, comes up, like it's enhanced by the air.
Oh.
And then you can use the garlic. You can cook it, you can eat it. But if you just chop and you eat it or you cook with it, that chemical doesn't produce, it doesn't come up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Cooked tomato is better than
raw tomatoes.
Raw tomato.
Cooked carrots as well. Cooked carrots is more for vitamin A, because if you're for diabetes, for people who have diabetes, cooked carrots has high sugar than raw carrot. Oh. Cooking breaks down the fiber, and so it reduces the sugar. So most of the foods, like if you roast your potatoes, for example, that roasting is going to make the potatoes become high in sugar.
Oh,
Yeah.
so no roast potatoes for me.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Once in a
This
while.
is some good
Yeah.
stuff here, man. This is some good stuff here. We're gonna the remaining time here. It's 9:26 in the U.S. What time is it over there? It should be like
It's 4 p.m. 26. Yeah.
4:26 European time. Okay,
Yeah.
good stuff, man. Catherine, I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you bringing your knowledge to the States.
Thank you.
Really, really, really appreciate it. And we're going to continue doing this twice a month because I think that it's very important that we learn what to consume, what to eat, how to eat it, how much of it to eat, and whatnot. So this is real good stuff, man. Tell the folks exactly where they could actually get coaching from you as well on your website. I think I have the website here. Tell me
Yeah. Food and health. Good. Yeah, it's without capital. So it's all foodandhealth.com. You have a coaching page, Work With Me. You can take an appointment from there. And I offer one-on-one coaching. I'm thinking of doing group coaching soon, so I'm going to work on that so that I can maybe bring this to a lot of people, because I find it was my first reason why I started doing the blogging, is to bring the information to a lot of people. Exactly. When I was sick, I can hold my cup of tea. There was a time I couldn't hold my cup of tea. And
so you mean to tell me I've been getting coached for free for over 10 years? Is that true? I haven't even paid a dime for this.
You're lucky. Yeah, so I would like to bring them more information to people so that they can help themselves heal. And yeah, if you really need help, or you need to, I hold your hand. This is how things work, because the nutrition world is vast, and you have a lot of people who are telling you a lot of things. Don't eat this, don't eat oils, don't eat, So sometimes you need guidance, and I'm here to help you walk through your healing journey. Yeah.
Good
I'm
stuff.
also in Instagram. I'm also in Facebook as Githu, Catherine Githu. Yeah.
Good stuff. Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Stuff. So where do you are most of the time? Which social media?
Most of the time I'm on Facebook.
And give that that business page is Catherine Githu.
Catherine Githu. Or Catherine Githu, yeah. Or Food Heal by Githu, something like that. Githu, if you get Githu, you'll find me there.
Good stuff. How's the weather in France today?
Sorry?
How's the weather in France today?
I'm seeing like the weather is going to change. We're having 30 degrees. It's going to rain soon. It's a bit hot.
Yeah. Same here. It rained this morning here, so. A little bit. Yeah, good stuff, man. Real good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. So again, foodandheal.com, as you see it on the screen at the bottom.
You have good recipes there. So the recipes that there are the foods that I have been eating. Okay, find them. Some I haven't posted there, but everything that is there, I've eaten it. My kids have eaten them, and they're, adjust them, just like it's just ideas.
Good stuff. Real good stuff. Good stuff. So we'll be coming back to you guys again. Nutrition with Catherine twice a month. So there's no excuse for bad eating, Michael Brown. No excuse at all. I brought the professional to put you in your place. So Catherine Githu, nutritionist coach, wonderful nutritionist coach, expert that is, Michael. So stop texting me with the foolishness. I have an expert, been having that expert for over 10 years. So stop texting me with the foolishness. So good stuff, man. Any closing remarks for you folks over in France or over in Europe?
The same thing here. That I have known Trent for those 10 years, and this is a good conversation. Thank you for creating this space for me.
It's all
I'll
good.
say like, for those who don't believe in manifestation, this is my manifestations come true. I've been really saying I want to be a speaker. And here, you just came up with this and I didn't ask you anything. And I'm saying you're a blessing to me and I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Be blessed. And we are going to talk behind the scenes. And you guys, I hope you get the maximum of the knowledge that you can, and whatever you can take here. You can't apply everything, but at least try the best you can to change a little bit of what you have been doing, because if you want to improve something, if you don't change, things will always be the same.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I have to tell you, I want to tell you this live so people would know. You did well. You did very well. So
thank you.
The previous podcast and this one, and going forward, you're going to do well. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you, everyone who showed up, and looking forward for you to talk to you soon.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
So then you guys be epic. I'll see you guys on the other side of Sunday with Coach D, Shannon, and I think we have Ursula coming back on that topic that we did on last Sunday. For purpose or pleasure. Right here on the Conversation with Trent Friends on the Taylor Kennedy Media Network. Good stuff. We'll talk to you guys next month, right, Kat?
Month, right? In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, we'll be back with Nutrition with Catherine. So good stuff. From the States, along with France. We'll talk soon. You guys be here.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.